Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing today? Ladies and sorry for that delay there. YouTube, I guess, decided to make some changes on their website and messed everything up and made it really complicated to figure out the new streaming this morning. So, apologize about that. So, thank you guys once again for tuning in. So, yeah, I was trying to get on live today, and then YouTube changed around and made some changes, and now they're in like a beta testing of this new studio thing on their site, which screwed up my stream and made it complicated, but we're on, we're live. So, only stock I really wanted to talk about that I specifically was even thinking about trading this morning really was AMD. And the only real reason is just because they had such a great day yesterday. I know a lot of people are probably going to be interested in that stock or wanting to look at it. So we'll go ahead and take a look at it. Yeah, Elias. Every once in a while, the notifications don't work on YouTube's end. I mean, I don't understand. Multi-million-dollar company like that can't figure out their notifications. Nah, I'm just kidding. But anyways, yeah, every once in a while, it's a little goofy trying to get the notifications to work on the user end there. Well, alrighty, here we are. So AMD, what happened yesterday? Went through a really explosive day. Why did it go through an explosive day? If you guys aren't familiar, I would suggest that you take the time to look into Google Stadia. Google Stadia is going to be Google's like gaming platform, shall you call it. Google Stadia will not use a console. Google Stadia will be all done through the cloud. Google Stadia, from what I understand, is pretty impressive. It really is. You should definitely watch the video. If you go to Google and type in Google Stadia, you'll be able to find tons about it. But from my understanding, it's going to be all cloud-based. And I think they were even mentioning if you were online to YouTube watching a YouTube video of, let's just say, someone playing a video game, that you'd actually be able to click the screen or click the video game they're playing from YouTube, and then it would automatically pull the game up for you to play on your computer. So no console. You can do it on your TV. You can do it on your phone. You'll be able to play the games through YouTube just by clicking the YouTube video. So really crazy technology from what it sounds like coming out for Google there in Google Stadia. And Google has decided to use AMD's graphics cards and processors or whatever that cool internet parts may be for the Google Stadia platform. So basically AMD got that partnership, and that's why AMD stock is rocketing yesterday. Okay, so
here's what I found.
Oh, is that what you found, Google? See, I'm talking about Google so much that my Google thing started talking. It's not safe. It really isn't. So definitely keeping an eye on AMD. Do I think it's a little overbought up? For sure. The move is really good. It already happened. This is where I think that you probably really shouldn't be buying. It's definitely something that might have some intraday moves. But that big day happened yesterday. So if you're thinking about trading it, keep your eyes on it. Don't be too crazy about trading it just because the big move happened yesterday. So I feel a lot of people might be watching this and saying, well, hey, maybe it continues to have a good day. And it might, but most of the big move happened yesterday. And now when you look at it, you already know it's getting up there towards some sellers, right? Back up towards these big down drops on AMD. So we should start seeing a little bit of a lashback here, maybe. I could see AMD, if it really has the strength and people really love this news so much, and this catalyst, we could see it up towards $29, maybe $28.50s. But once you get up towards $28.50 or $29, you really should definitely see some selling action or selling pressure coming in on that stock. Okay. AMD volume has been down, but now AMD volume is extremely high, right? So if you look at the volume, massive break in volume, obviously accommodated with a really big green day. So AMD, very interesting, something to definitely pay attention to in today, maybe a couple weeks for sure. Alrighty, we'll take a look at Tesla. I know a lot of people are watching Tesla here. Let me get that off. I don't really need that anymore. Remove drawing. Yeah. You know, like, should you short Tesla? Probably not, right? I mean, when should you have shorted Tesla? Up here. When should you be buying Tesla? Down here. So think about it. Should you be shorting into the buyers? Probably not. So I don't think you should be shorting. I think, you pretty much just let this do what it wants until it looks like it's starting to gain some traction back to the upside and you start getting long. Something else I also see here, potentially, let me delete some of these old drawings off, excuse me. All right. Yeah, I guess it kind of looks like that. Let me draw this out. Give me a second, bear with me, no pun intended. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing a downward wedge pattern occurring onto Tesla, while at the same time we're starting to enter into the buyer's location on AMD. Again, not AMD, it's Tesla. So, I kind of see this downward wedge into the buyers on Tesla. So, when I think about shorting it, it's like, well, I mean, yeah, it's possible it breaks this support and goes down, but I think it's pretty unlikely. Given Tesla's history here, I would be pretty surprised to see Tesla just full on break the support. Maybe it does, but I'd be pretty surprised. So I think we're seeing a downward wedge, right? And if price action comes into this green level, green box, which it kind of already is, I think we'll start seeing some buyers come in, and all we got to do is get it above this trend line, right? So price action gets kind of squeezed in between here. As soon as it breaks over this, we'll probably start getting to pop up in the other direction, right? So that's kind of what I see there on Tesla. I would be a little hesitant to shorting here around there. ANFI had a good run, continuation, possibly. Actually, our team moderator, Brandon, our admin, one of our traders, large cap traders, Brandon, was actually swing trading the stock ANFI for a couple weeks, and I think he just sold out yesterday on that move because it was a good day. So maybe it has continuation. It's something worth watching, but just want to mention that one of our admins had been swing trading and already long that stock for probably 2 weeks or something. So it just gives you a perspective as to who's already been in the stock and what they're doing. So just know there's already people selling that stock. Yeah, I mean, I don't think buying Tesla. Oh, excuse me. I don't think buying Tesla at this point is bad. It's something I would definitely consider given its history. You'll probably be in the red. I mean, if you buy right now, you're most likely going to be in the red. So if you're willing to hold through some red, I mean, yeah, I would say it's a good buy point just because, given its history, I mean, there's probably going to be at least one bounce back, right? Now, I still want to see if it gets a little bit lower into the green here. I myself will probably take a position, right? Might get some shares of Tesla, depends on what it looks like. But yeah, I've been following Tesla for probably 2 or 3 weeks now, just waiting to buy it. I already bought it once, which was on this dip here, sold on the pop, and now I'm just waiting for it to kind of do its thing again, and then I might be snagging some long. If you do get some, you're going to be red, just understand that. Almost every time you get into a swing trade or a long trade, you're probably going to be red, and as long as you can kind of understand that, you should be okay. Nice work getting long NIO there. Thoughts on NIO? Yeah, NIO, been moving up. It still has a lot of heavy resistance to get through around like 650 and yeah, right around 650 or something like that. It's still got a lot of sellers. It's on a 2-day uptrend, so don't get all excited. It's still got major resistance to hit, pull back from, and hold true to the uptrend. But it's definitely worth watching, NIO. definitely. I would say NIO is still definitely worth watching. Yeah, really. I mean, to be completely honest, I myself probably won't be trading too much today, if any, to be completely honest. You guys seen my video on ACB. You know, ACB to me is a little interesting. I think we're going to start seeing a little bit of selling pressure come into ACB either today, tomorrow, next couple days. But, you know, it's getting up towards that high point, high level. Last time it sold off. So I definitely think we could be seeing some sellers start coming in here on ACB and knocking the price back down, and then hopefully to perform that cup and handle pattern that I was referring to in the YouTube video last night. That's what I would like to see there. NBEV, I'm already, I myself, yeah, like NBEV. 1 second, actually, is it? No. I don't need all this shit on my chart. NBEV, not bad. You know, this is something we talked about too down here in this. You know, this is basically a buyer's location, right? This was a dip resistance. Resistance broke through, held support. So we're kind of holding this support around $5, right? And so as long as it can hold this, start curling back up, you could be looking at a nice breakout here on NBEV. You know, if it gains enough steam, gets up above, you know, this resistance and over this trend line. So a lot of what ifs, but so far it does appear that buyers are holding this 5 level. You can see we dropped out, held 5, bounced, put in a higher low there. So we're starting to kind of create these, you know, the first steps of a possible new trend change or uptrend change here on NBEV. All right, so just a couple things there. Wanted to point out there was one earnings play today. I can't remember the ticker, to be completely honest. General Mills. I don't even know what their ticker is. It was at what is General Mills ticker? It's been a long time since I've looked them up. I could just probably figure out. GIS, okay. General Mills is at a sell point. Yeah, it's already had its earnings, so its earnings is popping. All right. So let's see what it looks like now. I was going to say it was definitely at a sell point, but I didn't know they had earnings. Not looking good so far. I mean, you would think with a strong push like this that it is a good earnings. So this is what I would do personally. You know, with the way it's selling off, just watch it down here. This is, hold on, like this. That's a buy location. If you can get the prices down here, right, that would theoretically be a buy location if this truly is a good earnings and it actually represents anything, right? You know, if this truly is a good earnings for GS, which I don't know because I haven't looked into it, but if it truly is, then you would assume and think that price action is not going to give in today and it's not going to break down. And if it doesn't, right, it does not do that, then you're looking at a new support. It just created a new support because this was all resistance, right? Excuse me, all resistance, breaks out, comes back down, it's now support, right? So General Mills could be a good buy today if you can get it down in this green box and it looks like it's holding true, right? So I know it was a little quick, but yeah, some things to pay attention to: MTFB, Solo, STAF, those are all little penny stocks. I mean, pick whatever one you want. All penny stocks are junk until they're not. So, I mean, whether you want to do MTFB, STAF, or Solo, you know, pick whatever one has the best news. I will say this, that there's another one out there called GLG. Probably don't follow that one. Seems like some fluff news this morning about some rental car bullshit. Probably not good. But other than that, right, that's all I got for you guys. Sorry for being on a little late today. As I said, YouTube kind of changed some things around on their platform, made it a little bit more difficult for me this morning to figure it out. But other than that, guys, everybody have a great day. Good morning, and I will see you guys for the next video, as always.